This is why you don't do off-roading in stock pickup trucks, guys. I mean, maybe if you had like the ZR2 or off-road package or whatever it is, maybe. But yeah, and then he's scratching the paint up with all these branches too, so he's gonna have some nice scratch marks.
Mike drives a Honda Ridgeline. Let's not talk about anything about a truck. He doesn't know anything about trucks. Alright, what's going on, guys? As you can see, we're out here camping again. We are doing the first run of the do-yourself camper. Since the last time you saw it, I ended up adding a couple things to it. As you can see, I ended up getting the gas trucks. I finally got the right size. These things work really good. I'll show you exactly how it works in a second. There is another thing I have to do, and that is get the actual latches down. Right now I just had it secured by a ratchet strap, but shortly I will have an actual latching system. All right, let me show you how awesome this thing is to open now. Oh. What you guys think of that? All I gotta do now is just go around, get the rest of these snaps on. Okay, if you're not familiar with my camper, or if you're new here, this is the camper I built. Do yourself. It's short enough to fit in the back of my bed, but after I park, it's long enough so I can put a full-size mattress in here. But I only have a twin in there. On the inside, as you can see, it's a little dark in there right now. But I got my whole power set up, and I got my bed set up. I just got everything kind of thrown in here right now. Another part of the puzzle on my camper is I have this power setup. And I went out and actually got a, it says this Solix, something like that. It's a battery power pack. I ended up picking this one up so I can power my camper when I'm in these places that I can't just plug in anywhere. So what I'm gonna try this night is I got a power cord. We're gonna plug that bad boy in. And then we're going to run the power through the door into the power pack. %. If I keep that in there, keep it plugged in all night, it should just run all night long. I should have power here all night. Again, this is kind of my trial period, so we're going to see how it works out. All right, now that we got the power hooked up, we got the cable ran. I have a cable that comes in here, goes to a junction box, and right here we got lights. So now I got my lights, I got a fan here, all I gotta do is set my bed up and I'll be ready for the night. Mike's going over here getting a bunch of sticks for a fire. One thing I did end up bringing in is I knew we were going to be not in an actual campsite, just kind of where we wanted to pop up at. So I actually brought a weed whacker. We're going to clean up the little area here. That way we're not just walking in ticks all day.
This is much bigger than I anticipated.
That's what she said.
Yes, it is. All I pretty much had was a handsaw or my pole saw. And since I had the pole saw, I figured I'd use it. I got a nice little stack of wood here. We don't need a fire all night. We're just gonna get enough just to have a nice cooking fire. In another video, I showed you guys how to make these. Awesome little fire starters, super cheap. We're gonna use them to get this fire started. All these are is cotton pads, and all it just is just clean wax. No fragrance or nothing, just regular wax. All you gotta do is melt the wax, throw the pad in there, and then let them dry after you take them out. That's about it. You can pretty much use anything that gives off a flame. Here I have my fire starters. I'm just gonna throw them right down in there. These things are super handy. They stay lit for quite a while. As you can see, they work really good. I get about 5 minutes, 7 minutes of burn time out of here. I swear, every time I look at Hunter, he just has another vehicle with him. I guess he got jealous of having my truck out here. He wanted to try out his on the Ridgeline. All right, me and Mike are all set up. I'm here for the night. Mike has to head back tonight, but we are all set up. Me and Spartan are set up. We got the fire going. I'm just letting it burn down, get some ashes, and we're gonna get ready for dinner. Mike just pulled the tick off the back of his back, and he was telling me that it wasn't a Lone Star tick. And he's explaining to me that this Lone Star tick, if you get bit by it, you can't eat red meat anymore. I'm convinced that if I got bit by that, I'm just gonna go out. That's it.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny it.
No way I can go without steaks, hamburgers, lasagna, none of that. I would just die.
See ya. I'll take my chances. Tonight, we're having Mexican-inspired tacos, fajitas. I have no idea. I'm just a white dude that grew up in Chicago that kind of is going to put it together. And unfortunately, I forgot the shells. So, fail on my part. But we can at least have the meat and the cheese. So, should be a good dinner. See you guys when I start getting it going. All right, what we got in the cooler of goodness? Got a bunch of flank steak cut into little. I have many different sizes. Usually like a couple 2-3 inches. I got a couple 2 inches. As I was cutting it, I was like, you know, I should make it a little bit longer, make it easier to grill. So we got that. I got to take these out, let them drain, dry them up. And we got some cheese. You ever had this cheese before? It's the best stuff for tacos.
Debatable.
Shut up, Mike. It's queso. It has to be good. Mike probably likes, I don't know, cheddar cheese on his tacos. All right, we got the steak. We got it all drained. All we gotta do, I'm just gonna put it in this pan just to hold it. The good life.
So what kind of marinade you got there, T?
So I use like this this Goya marinade. If I want to be completely honest, it was just my when I grew up in Chicago, a bunch of my Hispanic friends would always just marinate steak and throw it on a grill, and it was always really good. So I asked one of my buddies what he used, and it was like this Goya season or marinade. So I can throw a link to it on the bottom in the description. But I can't remember off the name.
How long you marinate for?
This is a flank steak, so this is already pre-tenderized already. So then I would only say I only do it with this one for like 5 hours, 6 hours max, since it's already pre-tenderized and you're putting it in that. Is all it should take. Another thing you can do is when you have your 1 gallon bag and you throw these all in there, you can cut a lime in half. Throw a lime in there, half in the bag. Lime juice. Uh-oh.
You can squeeze the lime, right? Or you just whole?
No, squeeze the lime. I'm super pumped. If you guys see my last video, you'll see that I actually picked up a dirt bike. So I'm really excited to get back into dirt biking again. I used to be huge into mountain biking, never really quite got into dirt biking just because there was no place really to do it. And everywhere that I would go dirt biking, I would just go off-roading in my Jeep. So finally, at 38 years old, decided to get into dirt biking. Got a nice dirt bike. Make sure to check out that video, see what I got. And my next video is probably going to be us going to a big trail system up in the North Woods. Go check it all out, and hopefully I, don't hurt myself. So, really excited. We're going to camp out all weekend. It's another one of these campsites. No power, no nothing, just a campsite. But it's supposed to be right next to a little river. Should be a pretty good time. So we're finally all done. I got a whole plate ready to go that I already took out before. These 3 were left over. The best cheese to use is this stuff. It's like queso cheese. And all you gotta do is it kind of just falls apart in your hand. It's really easy. You just break it apart and it just kind of bushes up. Throw a little bit on there. The best part about this is when you have a nice, good, crispy piece. And it is amazing. Wait. Yes. I got my whole plate full of steak. I'm going to go sit by the fire and I'm going to go enjoy this. All right, puppy. You can see
good stuff.
Yeah, half steak. So the funny thing about the Badlands is the very first time I went there in my Jeep, we noticed a helicopter came in halfway through, and the reason why the helicopter was there is because someone in a four-wheeler decided to go up one of these hills, and the four-wheeler actually went backwards and went on top of him and actually killed the guy at the Badlands. So my first ever off-roading experience, actually someone died at the park. So I'm like super curious and super cautious about this dirt biking adventure that we're about to go on. As Mike was like, as I was telling Mike, you know, most of those like 200-300 foot hills, it's gonna be a while before I go on some of those, because some of those are just real crazy, man. I'm really looking forward to the adventure part, going through forests and going through all this other stuff. So it should be a good time.
Same speed as you, so.
The one thing we were talking about earlier too, I was talking about video last week, is when I bought this bike. It's crazy because the bike is so tall. It's supposed to be tall so you can get over all these obstacles, but it's so tall that if you're like in a little divot, it's like a 2 foot, you're trying to get up on these foot pegs, and it's really hard to get on the bike sometimes, especially in sandy conditions. And he used to have a different bike that was taller, and he actually went out with a shorter bike, because you know, you gotta get a bike that fits you and your riding style, and there's no point of having a bike that's too big for you or too much off of your style you want to ride, and then, you know, that's how you can get hurt too. So yeah, I'm definitely going to respect the power of that bike, and it should be good. I still have kids, so I got to make sure I get home at the end of the day.
Yep. Ride your own ride. Ride what you're comfortable with. Don't try to keep up. The leader of the group will usually keep an eye on the people behind him. They notice, let the leader go. And the leader will usually kind of wait up for the guys in the back. And that's just the way you got to do it. You got to be safe.
Thoughts?
You got to make sure just like the 4th of July, you got to take precautions when you're lighting off fireworks. You got to make sure you leave the event with all 10 fingers, all 10 toes, and all 4 limbs. And a head on usually helps too.
Well, that's going to be it for tonight. Sun's about pretty much going down. So we got dinner. We got camp made up. I'll show you guys when I get ready for bed. Show you guys the camper one more time. If anything else happens, like a bear decides to show up, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you guys in bed. Well, that's awfully inviting. Bedtime? Bedtime. Free.
Well, here we are the next morning. It was a very peaceful sleep. Got down to like 58 degrees last night. Super great sleeping weather. Spartan was kind of a bed hog, but overall, this camper slept us perfectly fine. He pretty much slept along the back right here, kind of in the corner, and my legs are right here next to him, and everything worked out pretty good. Definitely could be, a little bit bigger, but for what it is and what I can do with this little camper, works out perfectly for us. All I gotta do is pack it up, grab all my stuff, and just drive out of here. Nice and easy. One small problem I'm having with this is a lot of the screws I use on here, I don't think they're meant to be running around on a truck all day vibrating. So some of the screws fall out, like for this handle. So what I've been slowly doing is throwing some thread locker on it, on the ones that come out, and I put them back together. So, and I will, when I get home, I'll end up putting some more thread locker on these.
Anyone in the off-roading community would ever tell you, first thing to go is always your side rails. I mean, the factory ones are just pretty cheap. This is how I have my electric set up, my battery in my camper. We're gonna see exactly where our power level is. So I had this on all night. I had 2 fans running all night, and we're still at 73. 2 fans, and I currently have my lights on right now. So this thing's pretty sick. I was going to get the Gen 2, but I ended up just keeping the Gen 1 because I feel like the Gen 1 had all my needs and it was about half the size. So I ended up keeping that.
now that I'm done with it, all I gotta do is turn it off, unplug that guy. We're done. As far as the rail goes, I have a ratchet strap I'll use to secure that up. Just want to get back to the house and take it off. I'm not generally a coffee guy, so all I did on this trip was bring my Camelback. This holds like 1.5 liters of water, so you never had them before. They're definitely pretty nice. Well, you got some breakfast in us, pretty much all cleaned up. The best part about this camper is just how easy it is to clean up. I'm really liking the whole overland idea of this truck. I just want to keep building it out in the future, especially if I'm doing a lot of dirt bike trips and jet ski trips. It's just super nice to be able to open this bad boy up, camp out in it. All I gotta do is pack this guy up, hold it down, go Spartan, and we're out of here.
That's a wrap for today. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next journey to Skull and Tread. Until next time, stay bold, ride hard, and keep being awesome.